guys? Today giving you a little pros and cons video on Mighty Giant Model 2015 PTO driven hay grinder. It's kind of a newer machine to our operation here, and you know, I have to give a pros and cons as to what we find that we like about and don't like about it, you know. And you know, obviously pros, you can grind when you want. You can grind different stuff, you know, like corn, and you know, if a lot of different guys in our area have different piles for their cows and for their feedlot cattle and stuff like that. So you know, in our area, all the guys go by the hour, you know, and those custom hire guys, you know, they come and they want to grind it when they want to go. You know, they got other jobs, and this just makes it, you know, available for you for as long as you want to use it, and things like that. So yeah, we run a 385 Steiger on the front of the grinder. It's a very well high-power tractor, we think, for this grinder. I think it registers for a 325 horse tractor, I believe, in that area anyway. So yeah, it's a lot of horsepower for the grinder, and it runs it really good. So we're really impressed with it. Very well built hay grinder, well heavy built. The conveyor and such, we're very impressed with that. Very computerized. We were surprised, you know, the different settings you can have in your box right there on the side of the grinder. You can set, obviously, how fast you want the tub to spin, how much RPMs do you want the grinder to pull down on the tractor, different things like that. So when I throw a bale in here, it only allows the grinder to pull the tractor down 200 RPMs, and then it makes the tub stop or slow down, and lets the tractor gain its RPMs back. So that's nice, you know, and keeps the tractor from obviously quitting or shutting off or killing, you know, and you know, helps not knock out a PTO in the back end of the tractor. So that's a nice feature. We used to have a hay buster way back in the day, a really old one. We've got rid of that years ago. We went to just custom hiring forever. That we knocked out PTOs all the time with that. But that would straight up kill the tractor before it would, you know, obviously before it slowed down or anything. So we thought that was not the best grinder in the world. Not saying hay busters aren't a whole lot better now. I would be willing to try a hay buster out for sure. But yeah, nothing bad to say about hay busters. We just tried a Mighty Giant out because the local dealer in town sold them, so we want to try them out. We run a 6-inch screen in there right now. We think that's pretty well chewed up. You know, we like to grind Chucky bale straw and hay bales, so we think that really grinds it up nice coarse texture to it. Cattle like it, and we don't seem to have a problem with that. So you know what? We've been really impressed with how much material the grinder gets through. You know, with those big engines on those mounted truck hay grinders, you always wonder if these type of grinders will even keep up, because those, I mean, they have so much power and they can just put through so much material. This is not that far behind, you know. That's what we found out, and that's what we've been so impressed with, is this hay grinder with that amount of horsepower we have on the front. We're not very far behind our guys in the local area. We figured out. So yeah, it's a very smooth running machine. I mean, I won't lie, we're a little slower. When bales are tough, they're tough. You know, you're gonna grind slower. It gives you a good reason to have bales on high ground, keep them out of water holes, you know, and things like that. But when bales are dry and good conditions, this grinder will put material through. We've been very happy with it so far. You know, the conveyor on the back end will move left, right, up, and down. And it'll fold up and over the tub for you know, when you want to transport it or move it or just put it away, things like that. So, but no, all in all, not too bad of a machine, we think. We bought it, you know, off a recommendation from a local family members, and I would recommend it to somebody else. You know, it's still pretty new to us, but so far we've been, like I said, impressed with it. On our operation, we would hire out a lot of custom hiring every year for grinding, and we figured out we might as well own one and give it a try. So we bought this Haygrinder, and it's been awesome. Also, you get these big 4-wheel drives, and we do tillage in the fall and the spring, and we put it on a grain cart in the fall as well. But other than that, it kind of sits over the summer, and things like that. So this gives it just another thing to do, another option with this tractor anyway. To sit and run the grinder like this. So we have other tractors we run on the grinder as well. 245 Magnum we like to put on it. That'll run it. That runs it well. It doesn't run it near as well as this 4-wheel drive does, but it runs it well as well. I mean, the less horsepower you put on it, the longer you're gonna sit. The longer it's gonna take. So, that's a pro to those truck-mounted hay grinders. They come, they grind, they leave. And they maintain them and things like that. But my cousins have had their grinder for 8 years, and in the 8 years they've had a hay grinder exactly like this one, same model and everything. They've only had one bearing go out. So yeah, they said, as long as you grease it, stay on top of it, maintain it the way you should. We keep this indoors. I think they keep theirs outdoors, but just take care of it. Don't let Mother Nature beat it up too bad with rain and storms and things like that. They last a long time. They last a long time. There's just a little machine. You have to lock in the hydraulics on the tractor at a pretty low pace. The hay grinder will actually beep at you if your flow on the tractor is too high. If you're moving the conveyor around and stuff before you start, you'll rev the tractor all the way up, whatever, have the hay grinder running, and the machine will actually beep at you because the flow is too fast. So then you gotta go on your tractor and adjust the settings on your hydraulics to slow down the flow. So that's kind of interesting, because right away I started it the first time I used it, and I could not figure out how to stop that beeping, and I actually had to look at the manual's instructions, and I finally figured out that meant the hydraulics on the tractor were running too fast. They wanted you to slow them down. So after you figure out those little things, it's a very easy to run machine. But a very gorgeous day here. I come from South Dakota here, and beautiful weather. And enjoying the sunshine here. So. I like to put videos like this on just because, before I ever buy a machine, I'm always on YouTube trying to find other farmers, what they, pros and cons of what they think, how the machine runs and things like that. And like I said, it's a well-built machine. I'd recommend it to other people, depending on their situations. The bigger your operation, probably the bigger grinder you want. We're a fattening operation here, so while we have all calves, we grind very often, but once the cattle get fat, obviously you're using less hay and materials like that. You're using more, silage and corn and distillers and things, so you don't grind as much. But yeah, might be running a tougher hay bale through right now. We have some older hay bales I'm trying to get fed up. We get on some of the newer stuff. Yeah, like I said, when stuff's old, when stuff's tough, you're not going to grind as fast. It's the less horsepower and the less it's just horsepower. You're not gonna crank hay through as fast. But when stuff's dry, when stuff's good, I have nothing to complain about. It's very good. Most of our straw bales and our cornstalk bales have been pretty dry, so those go through very well. Anyway, anyway, this is kind of my first video on this grinder. You know, as time goes on and as we get to use it more, maybe I'll make another video and tell you if we're still enjoying it, or you know, if we can rethink our decisions from earlier on buying it. But so far we're very impressed with it. We love the features. I have a remote inside the cab here, actually, in the payloader. And I'm actually running the conveyor from the payloader here, left, right, up, and down. So another feature that we like a lot about it. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. If you need more information or have questions about the machine or anything like that, I'd be happy to answer. And if you have a way to maybe make my videos better, you know, leave a comment as well. So thanks again. Have a great one.